Okay, all right. Testing, testing. Yep, we're good. Okay. Doors are closed. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Yeah, as you can see straight ahead there, Abdi VATSIM ID 1665508. Ah, okay, it just disappeared. Okay. All right, thank you, Abdi. We are at Winnipeg, and we're flying to Toronto for Toronto Thursdays. I know it's officially, the countdown is still going, but what the heck, right? Let's see, roughly it's a 2-hour flight, just the flight time. And I just want to check out now. Okay, hi everybody. We are on the ground in Winnipeg, and I only have default scenery, so it is what it is. And I'm not sure that I use P3D V5 due to a limitation of my sim avionics setup here. And I'm not sure if there is a Winnipeg for P3D V5. Anyway, let me know if there is. I'd appreciate to know that. Okay, we got APU on the bus, and bleed air is on. Let's see. Ah, that's Dan. A fellow simmer. Okay, so we've got APU running. I want to check QNH before we do anything further. And there's still a couple of things I need to do. We're pushing back in about 20 minutes. ATIS, no ATIS, but hopefully we can get, yeah, 29er65, 29er, really, 29er65, 29er65. All right. 29er65. Looks like there's no ATC here, which is okay. The departure we have, Winnipeg 3, is requires vectoring, so no big deal, we can vector ourselves. Okay, let's detach our external sources. So I used the VPT performance tool to set up our departure, and I was surprised to see for this 8,800 foot runway a double derated and assumed temperature takeoff. We'll see how it goes. I'd be hesitant to do that myself, but no worries. Okay. Like I said, doors are closed, so we can retract the jetway. And we'll give you a look at the route for today. So we're passing through YQT, which is Thunder Bay. I've done the Toronto to Thunder Bay before. It's a good flight. First time departing or arriving at Winnipeg for me. And we are a Flare 648. Oh, I've got to correct some details on my instrument panel here. Aircraft detail. The registration number should be CFFEL. Okay, and we should be in pounds, yep. Okay, so we're clear and ground equipment is clear. Running off the APU at the moment. Okay, so the distance is 880 nautical miles, and we'll be at a cruise altitude of flight level 370. We are carrying near a full flight. I think we have 180, but we have 100 maybe 89 seats, something like that. Yeah, 180 packs. So got a good margin between max landing weight and anticipated landing weight. Our takeoff weight, we got an even better margin. It's just my question is getting off the ground on a shorter runway anyway. But I trust the calculators, and we'll go with it. So this was, I got this flight Flare 640, but somebody was already using that call sign, so I'm having to adjust, and so I made it Flare 648. All right. Well, if you got any other questions about the flight today, feel free to reach out, put a note in the stream. Now back to the airport. So, runway 31, and we've climbed to 3,000 feet runway heading, and then we're going to self-vector ourselves back to waypoint RORMA. Not too complicated. And the course on the runway is 315, and we have 315, 315, 315 set. Okay, a buddy of mine reached out to me, Chris, yesterday, based on my last flight, which was from Washington Dulles to Montreal, and he said, "Why do you always wait to put your anti-collision light on until you're about to taxi? You should always have it on when you're moving or starting engines." So I will try to remember to turn on the anti-collision light before we start our pushback. I always thought anything to do with lights, you didn't want to blind the ground crew. That's why I always waited for the taxi light, but that makes sense. But anti-collision is for safety, so I will try to turn it on. Okay. So let's do the before start checklist. Flight deck door is closed. Fuel. It's pounds, and we have 15,880, and the plan calls 15,627, so you got a little bit of surplus, which is fine. Passenger signs are on. Windows locked. MCP all set. Takeoff speed set. CDU pre-flight completed. I've got one more thing to do on that. Rudder aileron trim has been set. Taxi briefing will do that, and don't forget the anti-collision light. So one thing I want to check is, let's go to the legs page and plan mode, and let's double check there's no discontinuities. Okay, we're expecting RORMA to vector to RORMA. Okay, here we go. There was one disco, and we've set up for runway 23 in Toronto, and we're hoping they'll give it to us. Okay, runway 23, let's bring that over to the fixed page. We'll do our normal 4 mile, 10 mile, 20 mile rings. Okay, done. One 148. Okay, so let's do take a look at the taxi situation to runway 31. First time in Winnipeg, so we're probably just gonna go pushback facing west, and then we'll taxi around the apron 1 taxiway, and join a hotel. So apron 1 hotel, and then to Charlie for holding point runway 31, and then we take off north and runway heading, and expect vectors which we'll have to assign to ourselves. Climb heading 315 or assign for vectors to assign route. Maintain 3000. So we've got 3000 on our setup. I think Dan just messaged me again. All right. Winnipeg traffic, good day, flare 648 out of stand 6. We'll be pushing back shortly, facing west. Winnipeg traffic. It will just be a little bit early, no big deal. And we did start our smart car. Okay. I always forget that.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Sounds good. Okay, so it's
departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Land, park. And we are doing CYWG to CYYZ.
Locking gear.
Oops. Yeah. Did I spell that some other way? Probably. Too late now. I've already fixed it. Okay, anticipating starts. Let's do the packs off. And pumps on. And anti-collision lights on. And so it's going to be a nose right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released at
Commencing
22:51.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger. Start at will. Okay, let's pumps on. Let's start engine number 2. Yeah, you see I've got my epaulets on today. Only some of the buttons are buttoned. I've developed a bit of a gut, but you can't see that, right? Okay, 23, 24, 25 on the N2, fuel flow on. Okay, let's look at our VAT scope. Check for ATC anywhere. Nada. Makes it easy for us.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Unlocking gear.
Roger. Engine number 2 started. Start engine number 1.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Into 21% motoring.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Into rising. 22, 23, 24, 25, fuel flow on. Okay, I gotta get some coffee in me before we proceed further. Okay, 56% and 57, 63 expecting cutoff. Starter switch cutoff. 62, 63. All right, there's the starter cutoff. 2 good engine starts, and so let's get engine 1 on the bus, engine 2 on the bus, and we can put those packs back on. APU bleed off, and APU off. center tanks pumps on. Okay, markers. Engine start switches to continuous. Electrics on. Probe heats on. Anti-collision light we had on. Good. Okay, we need a landing altitude in Toronto. See, runway 23 elevation is 560. So we'll make it 550 here. 550. Okay. And back to us. Okay, it looks like we're all set up. The taxi light on. Okay, we're good. Flaps 5. And check the controls. Full right. Centered. Full left. Centered. Forward. Back. Rudder left. Centered. Rudder right. Centered. Okay. Do another reset on the fuel. Okay, before taxi checklist. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice not needed. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switches to continuous. Recall. Check. Auto brakes RTO. Engine start levers idle to 10. Flight controls checked and ground equipment cleared. Before taxi checklist completed. Okay. So let's do it. Winnipeg traffic flare 648 out of stand 6. We'll be taxiing to holding point runway 31 via the apron, via apron 1, and then we'll join taxiway hotel down to Charlie, holding point runway 31, Winnipeg traffic. Okay, Victor, all set? We're set. Parking brakes off. And begin our taxi. Let me just see, have we done something wrong here? No? Well, I guess I think we're supposed to turn here. Ah. Let's just go straight and see if we go around this. Yeah. We'll go on Echo. We're going on Echo Hotel. Winnipeg traffic, slight change of plan on the taxi routing. We're going from the apron on to Echo, and then hotel to Charlie, holding point runway 31. Winnipeg traffic. We are getting there.
Traffic, looking at 294, stop for landing, arrival for 365, destination board, arrival.
So he's coming in on runway 36. Okay, that's a cross runway for me. So we should definitely check. Aircraft coming in on runway 36. Can you confirm your estimated arrival time? Okay. Just check that. I couldn't hear what he said.
We are estimated to land 2312.
Uh, 2212. I've got 2305 right now.
No, I said 2312. Sorry about that. Air connection info.
Oh, okay. All right, that sounds good. I'll be able to take off before you arrive then. Okay, so are we set? Let's get everything set up here. Weather, terrain, TARA on. Let's go. Winnipeg traffic. Flare 648 is lining up runway 31 and departing on a Winnipeg 3 departure for Toronto. Okay, parking brake off. Case of the jammed parking brake. 2206. Like I said, we've got a double D rate and assumed temperature
On
departure.
31.
Okay, so let's hold our position. Spool up to 40%. Stable. Toga. Forward pressure on the controls. Release forward pressure.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. No problem. Positive rate. Gear up. Okay, flaps 1. Winnipeg traffic, flare 648 is airborne, leveling out at 3000 runway heading. Winnipeg traffic. Okay, up. And let's do command mode. Flaps up. Winnipeg traffic, flare 648 is now climbing 10,000 and making a right-hand turn for waypoint RORMA. Okay, so let's carry on up to 10,000. And make that
Traffic center 294.
right-hand turn.
7 miles minus 4, runway 26.
Do LNAV. There's our other aircraft. We're going into our super TCAS mode. If you guys know what that is, I've explained it several times on previous flights, but basically on a normal TCAS you can see other traffic up to 2,800 feet above you and 2,800 feet below you, and we have what I call a super TCAS, which eliminates those limits so that, you know, in conditions like on VATSIM where you don't have a lot of traffic, you can see just out of interest all the other traffic. So that aircraft there is going in for a landing. See if I can see him on VATScope. There he is. We are headed for RORMA. And we'll continue our climb to flight level 370. Winnipeg traffic, flare 648 is now climbing through 8,500 feet for flight level 370. Final call, Winnipeg traffic. So he's coming in runway 36 and we took off runway 31. So if we hadn't had spacing between us, that could have been dangerous, but we're fine. Okay, I can see some blue skies up there.
With the traffic descent at 294, vacated runway 36.
Okay, looks like the blue skies are peeking through increasingly. We're 2 miles from RORMA, so let's make that our baseline fuel check. Expecting on the plan 13,800 pounds remaining, but we have 14,100 pounds. Which is fine. I mean, for some reason we always end up with a little bit more fuel than what the plan calls for, and I think that's something to do with the quantity of fuel that remains in the tank that's essentially unusable because the pumps can't get it out, and so it shows that we have more fuel, but I think it's like 200 and something pounds that you can't actually get out. It's not usable fuel. Okay. Standard on the altimeters, passing through flight level 200 for 370. Okay, we're clear of the skies. Seatbelt signs off and start switches to auto. And for Chris, did you see? I got the anti-collision lights on for the pushback. Thanks for the notes on that. Chris should know. He's an aircraft engineer, and he knows that anytime an aircraft is moving, that anti-collision light is on. Okay, let's put some weather on this map and look at the voyage to come. Not too bad. That awful band passed through the area earlier, but it's traveling to the east, so we're fine. I think we're escaping anything major for this flight, fortunately. Okay, I need to look at what Ken said to me. No, did you reply? Where was it? Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, he didn't reply. All right. We are on our way. Hi guys, we are flying today from you can't flip it while you're recording? Oh, that's dumb. That is dumb. Okay. Hi guys, welcome. We are climbing out of flight level 330 for 370 en route from Winnipeg to Toronto. And here's a look at our routing and also weather conditions. It all looks relatively good, and we missed the big bag ugly piece of weather there. And we are flare flight 648 today because somebody else took the proper number 640. And we have about 780 miles to go. Expected time of arrival is roughly just under 2 hours time. Enjoy the flight, and we'll catch up with you later. Ciao for now. Okay, we're passing Degva. And Degva fuel check. $13. $23.25 now, and we should be in by 0115. So about an hour and 50 minutes to go. Okay, it looks like Toronto Center is up, but we won't get to them for a while. And I'm going to put on my cruise volume, which is makes it a little easier to hear ATC and the voices.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants will shortly be making their way through the cabin to offer various beverages of your choice. There will also be a selection of goods available for purchase, and we can accept most credit cards, checks and cash. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Now we'd like you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight.
No, that's not it. This is it. So we're at our cruise altitude now of 370. Okay, and now I just have to do a couple of edits on the stream. Public, yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. Hey Anas, how are you doing? Oh, from your city? You're from Winnipeg? Is that right? That's awesome. Okay, let's put the map back on. Okay, so we got about an hour and 45 minutes to go, and next waypoint is Dutag in about 80 miles. Ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking. We are at our cruise altitude of flight level 370, and conditions are very nice. I've put the seatbelt signs off, but I always highly recommend that no matter how smooth it feels, if you are seated, please fasten your seatbelts. It can definitely help out in an unexpected clear air turbulence situation, so not to alarm you, but just out of an abundance of caution, if you're seated, even if the seatbelt signs are not on, please fasten your seatbelts. Alright, so we are en route to our destination, Toronto. We have about 695 nautical miles to go, and we expect to be arrive in Toronto in about an hour and 40 minutes. So if there's anything you need, please just reach out to one of our cabin attendants, and enjoy your flight, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit later. Cheers. Okay, I'll give you a wider look at the map. We'll do this one first, and maybe I'll show you the VATScope map, what you don't see on this map, this is Navigraph charts. What you don't see on this one is where the where the traffic is and where the ATC is. This shows me relative to our route, which is a very useful one, and we also can overlay various things like winds and weather. And this weather we can also animate, so it gives a sense of the direction that the weather is going. So it looks like this, we're going to get a few crumbs along the way, but it could also be below our cruise altitude, so I'm not too overly concerned about it. Okay, so let's have a look at VATScope. So now VATScope shows you where the ATC is, and you can see that a Toronto center, if I highlight it here, now it's a red border. That's the ATC that we're headed for, and so it's a little bit of time before we get there, but I'm expecting not to get any other ATC unless Minnesota comes up, or I'm not sure what it's called, it's not identifiable yet, but we will be, the next point of interest is going to be YQT. You can see it on my ND coming up here. It's about 150 miles away. That's Thunder Bay, and Thunder Bay is a destination for Flair Airlines flying out of Toronto. I have done that flight from Thunder Bay to Toronto, but I haven't done it the other way, so I'm looking forward to that as a future flight. So we'll focus back on ourselves, and actually I'll zoom into Toronto, and you can see right now there's a tower and approach. So we've got from top down, we have Toronto Center, we have an approach, and we have a tower controller. So the ATC is in force for us to bring us in safely into Toronto. And while we're there, we can actually take a look at what they're planning for us for our arrivals. And it looks like it's runway 24 left, and also ILS runway 23. So we're going to request early runway 23 because our flare parking apron is closer if you go land on 23 than on 24 left. So I'll be sure to ask at my earliest opportunity. Maybe even I'll ask Toronto Center, and he'll say he can't do it, but he might relay the message to the approach controller that that's what I want. If they see me in a flare, they might automatically know that I'm going to be parking at the Alpha apron. But okay, well, everything's happening per anticipated plan. That's all the arrivals. There are 30 aircraft heading into Toronto at this moment, 17 departures. So it should be a good event. And our arrival time is 1:15 Zulu, 01:15 Zulu, and the event goes until 200. I expect a lot of these, well, let's have a look. Yeah, there's a big mixed bag. There are definitely aircraft that are arriving well after us. Hard to tell if how much concurrent traffic is going to go in when we arrive. We'll keep checking on that. Okay, there you have it. Now we can check, looking at our chart, our flight plan, at what point, there's Thunder Bay, it's the Minneapolis for, so we're scraping through the Minneapolis for, and then we're going to get into the Toronto for well, it's not really scraping. we're going to be in the Minneapolis for a good 170 miles. So if they don't come up, they don't come up, but we'll just keep monitoring. Okay, did we pass another Degfa? We already got Degfa, but Duteg is coming up in about 17 miles. Alright, so after I record Duteg, I think I'm gonna go take a break and be right back. Hey Anas, when you say from my city, are you talking about Winnipeg? Let us know, man. That's pretty cool that I was there, but my first time flying in or out of Winnipeg, so kind of exciting. I had often thought about, you know, on the Northern Lights Tuesdays into Edmonton. I'd always thought about going Winnipeg to Edmonton, but just so happens I'm doing it this way. Duteg in 7 miles. Looking at 12,000 pounds remaining, which is about 500 pounds heavy. Yep, 12,000. Oh, sorry, wrong place. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, before I take my break, I am going to take a look at our VNAV page and see whether it makes sense to go to a higher altitude. Optimal is 380, but we can't do 380. We're on the odds flying to the east. So we can do the 390, and that's closer to our max than our optimum. But soon we might be able to jump up, save some fuel. But saving some fuel means that we're going to accumulate more residual fuel. And it's okay because, as I mentioned earlier, our differential between our estimated landing weight and our maximum landing weight, you know, it's quite, let's see, 6,000 pounds, 7,000, 8,000. It's about 8,000 pounds. So we're 500 pounds over now. I don't think it's going to be a problem. We could climb higher soon. Maybe after Thunder Bay, which we're coming up to. CYQT. And in fact, if you look on our plan, for Thunder Bay, we have a frequency 114.1. Put it on our left VOR1. And it's actually up there as well. So 74 miles away to Thunder Bay. And then it's 18 miles after that we're into the Minneapolis for which we really should keep checking if they come alive. I also have the Minneapolis-St. Paul scenery. So I have flown out of there to Toronto also. There you can see on this map Thunder Bay coming up straight ahead, but we're not going to be able to see it because of the cloud cover. So you can see the boundary of Minneapolis, and if you zoom in enough, you can see the reference to it. Yeah, KZMP, Minneapolis. Top of descent is only about an hour away. So I think I'm gonna go take my short break now, and then we'll start planning for the arrival after that. So let me just put my be right back sign, and I'm gonna try to be about no more than 10 minutes. Okay, be right back. Alright, that was just a quick one. And I'm back. Okay, Thunder Bay is right below us. Oh, well, no chance to see it. Not with this kind of conditions. Yeah, too bad. Okay, we're passing Thunder Bay. Entering Minneapolis 4. Let's look at our VNav. Yeah, let's climb. Let us climb. Unicom traffic flare 648. Currently just past Thunder Bay. Inbound waypoint Dinnick 252 miles. Flight level 370. Now climbing to flight level 390. Unicom traffic. So what we'll do there is we'll just dial 390 there and press the Alt. We should see that show up now, 390 on the cruise out. And we're climbing, and it's been updated on the flight altitude as well. 3 places. Okay, we're within 1,000 feet of our new cruise flight level. So we get that alarm. And we're now in Minneapolis airspace. But no Minneapolis ATC, which is fine. Okay, so let's now turn our attention to preparing for our arrivals. One more check of what they're planning for us at Toronto. Okay, we got Toronto, CYYZ, and we're gonna go to weather ATIS VATSIM. So arrivals runway 23 is what we're gonna request, and QNH is 2950. runway 23, 111.5, 111.5 on the left side. On the right side, course is 237. Okay, and ILS 23. Decision height is going to be 808, which is 250 feet radio altimeter. So 808 for us will do 810. Okay, 810. Intercept is going to be at 3,000 feet. And missed approach is also 3,000 feet. And parking, preferred parking is Alpha 3, but we can do Alpha 2 or Alpha 4. Okay, let's take a look at our arrivals, and we'll do our legs page for that. First waypoint in our arrivals is going to be Otnik. So it's going to be this arrival. So let's just look at this chart. So Otnik, no restrictions. And in fact, there's no restrictions, but you can see a couple of places, Nakal and Gopak, where there's opportunities for holding if necessary, but we're not going to need it. So first constraint really is at Duvos, and you got to be 250 knots between 10,000 and 13,000 feet. And that's correct. Next is Tasku. Sorry, that's not yet. The next one is ADSED. ADSED is max 220 knots and 8,000 or above. And the next restriction after Airbus is going to be Taksu at 210 knots, 6,000 feet. And then pretty much a straight line until Satur, after which we are on vectors. If not sooner, they might take over a little bit sooner. And then we're on the arrivals, runway 23. And we've set up our ILS frequencies and and the courses as well, and intercepted 3,000 feet. Probably hit the glide slope right after Calvi, and the missed approach. Basically, you're going to climb to 1100 on runway heading, and then climb right to 3000, to intercept outbound the Toronto VOR on a radial of 287 to IC dot. Of course, that should be all programmed in. Up to runway 23, and you can see IC dot is here. Hold at IC dot is already prepared. All right. Now, once we get there, if we get our runway 23, we're basically I guess we probably should vacate to the left, maybe target Hotel 4, and we're about to calculate performance for landing so that we're ready for that. Okay, so let's get to our EFB VPT performance tool and do a landing en route, and I'll give you a big screen for this so that you can follow along a little better. The airport is going to be CYYZ, Toronto, runway 23. And we're going to ignore gradient because P3D doesn't do gradients. And let's capture the current conditions. We always prefer a flaps 30 landing. Now the landing weight, based on our last fuel check, is we're 600 pounds heavy. We've got another check at Otnik. I suspect it's going to be 700 or more because we increased our cruise altitude. So let's go with 700 for right now. 700 over. So when I say 700 over, you can see, you can't see, but it's on the screen here. The planned landing weight was 145,000 pounds, but now it's 145,700 because of the surplus fuel. 145,700, and VREF 6. So let's calculate. It's going to work out the optimal settings based on flaps 30. I'm hoping we'll see some of the taxiways identified, so it makes it easier for us to choose which setting we should have for our auto brakes. When the VPT tool comes back, I'll make it full screen again. Guys, here we go. Alright, done. So, show this big screen again. So that's done all the calculations. No credit for reverse. That means it's assuming idle reverses, so you've always got the flexibility of using more reverses. But here's our graphic. And you look, we do have some taxiways here, which is brilliant. So we were talking about, let's see, we've got Hotel 4 and Juliet 2. Let's see, Hotel 4. Oh, Juliet 2 is to the right. Could do that too, but I'd prefer to go to Hotel 4, and Hotel 4 is calling for Max Auto. How is it that I'm always needing max auto. Let's see if we do max idle instead of idle reverses, does that help us? Full reverse. Let's do another calculation. Now, of course, it's quite possible we'll be even heavier than 700 pounds over. We'll just have to revisit. We'll do another calculation after Otnik. You could do flaps 40. We do have a fairly full flight, which would make it easier to use flap 40. But sometimes I get mixed results. It's less stable on approach when you use flaps 40, so I'm not inclined to use flaps 40. But let's see what happened here. Oh. Yeah, Hotel 4 still max auto. Okay, let's plan on max auto and figure out who's raising us. Toronto Center. What, are we already there? 125775. One, 2, 5, 7, 7, 5. Did we already come into this space without noticing it? Okay, it's coming up. Toronto Center, good day. Flare 648 is with you at flight level 390, inbound Otnik 127 nautical miles.
Flare 648, Toronto Center, hello, squawk 4741.
Okay, squawking 4741, flare 648.
Airport Eagle 261, when ready, descent flight level 240. Level 240, ready, approach with 264.
Probably too early to make my request for runway 23. We'll revisit that at Otnik. Now what we could do on the standby frequency is to prepare for the alternate runway, which is 24 left, and figure out what the frequency is for that.
Sir, good evening, Turkish 18 Heavy, passing 15,000 for flight level 230.
Turkish 18 Heavy, Toronto Center, hello, climb flight level 330.
5330, Turkish 18.
Gosh, I wish I could just remember it. So, airport, weather, VATSIM, it was 24 left. Okay, so 24 left on the charts, 24 left. Approach. ILS 24 left. Frequency ILS is 111.95. So just in case they want to make us land on 24 left, we've got the frequencies dialed.
Toronto Center, good evening. Air Transat 518 is climbing through 10,600 for flight level, or sorry, 15,000 feet.
Air Transat 518, Toronto Center, hello, climb flight level 230.
Okay, so the bearing is the same for both runways, so we just have to change the frequency and also the approach. Shouldn't be too difficult if we have to. spotty weather coming up. Let's see if that translates to turbulence for us at our altitude, which is 390. No, looks like we're pretty good. Yeah, the fringes of it, but we'll be below that already by the time we get to Toronto. In fact, our top of descent is at just after set go, so we should be already coming down by then. You've got an uncanny, knock on wood, ability to miss bad
Player
weather.
648, forget about you, there you are, identifying flight level 390.
Yep, good evening.
Good evening, Delta 1486, passing 110 for 150.
Delta 1486, Toronto Center, level 230.
Up to 230, Delta 1486.
Feels like you're coming home when you start getting ATC. LOL. We're still looking at our whole route, and we'll just zoom in a little bit. And take a peek at VATScope. Let's see. How many inbound? 32. So 32 flights inbound to Toronto. So we would normally be coming in just after sunset, if I, based on the timings that I put in, but I dial back the sim scenery by 2 hours, so we're gonna have sunlight all the way in. Sometimes it's nice to do nighttime landings. A good one, if you haven't checked it out, was I did a delivery flight for Qatar Airways first MAX 8, and we flew from Payne Field in Washington State to, first leg was to Keflavik in Iceland, and that arrival was at night, and there was a chopper floating around the approach that we had to watch out for. But it's quite an experience at nighttime arrival. I also did one into San Francisco. So I will do nighttime landings in the future.
Flying my discretion over Unicom 122.8 for a transit 518. Thank you very much. Good night.
So an interesting flight which I'm planning for next, I want to say it's next Tuesday.
Toronto Center, good evening, WestJet 514, we'll do 214 for 230.
WestJet 514, Toronto Center, hello, flight level 370.
I think Baku is the name of the airport in Azerbaijan.
1486, Cleveland,
and we're flying from Doha.
Standby 1.
It's a 2.5 hour flight.
American 249, with you.
American 249, you just connected in the middle of a not so convenient airspace, and I don't have a flight plan for you. I need to file a flight plan, please.
Okay, American 249. So I just refile the same one I did American 249 and then just keep going from there?
Affirm, yep. In the future, definitely don't disconnect to the network when you're climbing up to cruise. It's a really inconvenient place. There's traffic all around you right now.
Okay, sorry about that, American 249.
Radar 281, there's no traffic around me. Delta 1486.
Yeah, so the flight is from Doha to Baku, and I'm using a flight number
Yeah, no worries,
for a
that's
flight
okay.
that's very closely timed to the one I'm doing, and it's also by a MAX 8 aircraft, so some nice alignment there.
Thank you.
Delta 1486.
Miles to Otnik.
Center 119 decimal 8.
Looking at our other chart,
119
see
decimal 8,
Otnik is the
that's
first
1486.
waypoint in our arrivals. So our arrivals is
Jet 514, contact Cleveland Center 119 decimal 8.
1997
on,
for West Jet
VATSIM
549.
7.
Thanks so much for that.
American 249, can I climb to flight level 300?
American 249 negative. Nope, I need to maintain the turn altitude until I have the flight plan for you. I still don't have the flight plan.
I just filed one, American 249.
Okay, well, it's not in the system, so I need to make sure you're filing under the same call sign you're connected with. American 249, AAL 249.
Yes, I did that, American 249.
Let's tell you, try again. I don't have a flight.
Okay, can I try disconnecting and reconnecting again? Because figured out whenever I disconnect, file the flight plan, and then reconnect, it usually works.
Sure, if you want to try that, you can do that. When you reconnect, you're now in Cleveland airspace. You can want to call 119 or decimal 87.
Okay, American 249.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, Toronto Center.
Aircraft calling from the center, hello, this call sign on.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, I was told to contact Yellow by the Boston Center.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, affirm, Cleveland just came on. You can give them a call now, 119 or decimal 87.
Copy that, thank you. Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Center here, Kilo Papa, ready for takeoff.
Zero Kilo Papa, report airborne. The winds in Oshawa 2, caution 300 at 11 destination 17 miles, clear for takeoff, runway 23.
All in air, clear for takeoff, runway 23 here, Kilo Papa.
Charlie, press good Charlie Golf Tango X-ray Foxtrot with you 3000.
Couple aircraft there at once. Charlie Golf Tango X-ray Foxtrot Toronto Center. You're identified. Either I can call on course, climb 4000 for now.
Direct and calls climb 4000. Tango X-ray Foxtrot.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot, contact arrivals 132 decimal 8, good day.
132 decimal 8, good day.
Day departure, Charlie Golf Bravo, radio check. All aircraft standby 1. Airport 4261, descend 8000, Toronto 3950.
Toronto Center, hello, Air Canada 1642 Heavy. We are climbing to flight level 230, currently at flight level 144 and 27 miles from dead sea.
Air Canada 1642, Toronto Center, hello, flight level 350.
Flight level 350, Canada 1646.
Toronto Center, it's the Zoom 522 with you, just coming up on flight level 233.
Air Canada 1642, sorry, talking to a few controllers here. The first on is flight level 350.
Flight level 350, I'm climbing to flight level 350, Air Canada 1646.
Front center, Sierra Kilo, Papa Airborne, passing 1.9 for 3000.
Kilo, Papa, Roger, negative, radar identification, that's kind of climb, 3000.
Maintain heading up to 3000, Sierra Kilo, Papa.
Toronto Center, it's Zoom 522 over New Gap, flight level 220.
You have yellow, front up to
Cleared up to 360 for Zoom 522.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be...
John, 10 to get the Charlie Golf Tango X-ray Foxtrot, climbing 5,000 for 16,000.
Otnik 9.6 it looks like.
Sierra Kilo, Papa, you're identified passing 3000.
Yep, 9.6.
Turn left direction, Buffalo VOR, climb 8000.
So that's 800 pounds over.
Papa, sorry, correction, turn left direction to Niagara, VOR.
And 800 pounds over will be
Left there, Niagara,
145,800. 145,800. And let's pull in new weather. It looks like no change actually, but we'll do a calculation anyway. And we're gonna do full reverses. So we said 145,800. So 145.8. Okay, flaps 30, 146 knots plus VRAF.
220, negotiating, have a good time. Bye.
He's calculated the VRAF additive of 10.
Robert Kid.
Sierra Kilo, Papa, confirm climbing 8000.
Just working that out now, Sierra Kilo, Papa.
Yeah, we're still max auto. Hotel 4. For Hotel 4, we're max auto. So we got max auto. 2950. Hasn't changed.
Toronto Tower is Charlie Delta Tango to Foxtrot. We want to divert to the nearest airport.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot nearest airport would be Toronto Pearson. Would you like to dive
Affirm.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot, roger. Let's see here. Turn right turn heading to 070 and
Not call 9.4.
Descend 13,000 left, or right 070.
So 800 over.
Trying to get a Foxtrot Papa Extra Alpha 600 and an Astra type Cessna 340. We'd like to see if our westbound planned destination of Toronto Billy Bishop.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot fly heading 070.
We're turning Tango 070. Tango X-ray Foxtrot.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot, thanks. You're re-cleared to Toronto Pearson via radar vector. Flight 070, maintain 13,000.
Maintain 13,000 and maintain 070.
Tango X-ray Foxtrot, lead back correct. Contact arrival 132.
132.8, good day.
Toronto Center, hello, Air Royal 1024, we are currently inbound Forex level 400. Just check him, should we be with you or with Cleveland?
Aircraft calling, Air Royal 1024 Toronto Center, hello, walk ahead. Airport 261, contact arrival 132. Air Royale 1024, identified flight level 400.
Return.
Dude, 522, looks like you might have got spun around here.
Go about 9.2.
Yeah, I've had some issues here with my CFS. I'm trying to straighten it out right now.
Tower 22, no worries. Would you like vectors to help you get back on course?
Sure thing, sir.
Field 522, turn left turn heading.
Top of descent in about 50 miles, 60 miles.
Field 522.
Or in about 7 minutes.
Toronto Center, Circular Field level 220, descending to cross Easton at 17,000, JetBlue 185.
JetBlue 185, Toronto Center, hello, Toronto Station November, expect the island.
Express ILS 24 left, what's the altimeter for JetBlue 185?
Altimeter 250.
250, thank you, JetBlue 5.
Toronto Center, good evening, JetBlue 1049, climbing flight level 470, 2230.
JetBlue 1049, Toronto Center, hello, keep direct Captain.
Direct Captain, JetBlue 1049.
Toronto Center, Rouge 1959, flight level 286, descending 17,000 at Easton. 24 left, and we have November for the ILS for Rouge 1959.
JetBlue 185, descent 11,000, altimeter 250.
11,000, altimeter 250, JetBlue 85.
Toronto Center, it's Zoom 522. Saw the problem in the FMS, they still had Tillum at the point and reset on Monday cruise direct.
522, roger, left turn direct to that course.
Direct me to that course for Zoom 522. Thanks for sorry for the inconvenience.
Bike good.
2 done.
648, Toronto Station November. Can you accept the RNAV in the approach runway 23 via capacity?
I would prefer the ILS approach runway 23 if that's possible.
648, you can do that. Expect the ILS runway 23. When ready, descent flight level 29.
Roger. ILS 23 and when ready, descend flight level 290, flare 648.
Order Cleveland Center, 1100, 287, JetBlue 1049, 60 bye-bye.
Here in Kilo Papa, in traffic, altimeter 2952.
I'm pretty sure I said 290.
Here at Kilo Papa, in traffic, altimeter 2952.
Okay, we're set with VNAV path, which means we should descend automatically at our top of descent.
Maintaining command to decimal 8, I can assist 42, goodbye.
Said information hotel. Oh no, maybe November. 2950. We still got that.
Aircraft calling for a hello, take 490.
Toronto Center, Sierra Kilo Papa.
Sierra Kilo Papa, Toronto Center, hello, maintaining
29528,000, Sierra Kilo Papa.
Toronto Center, hello, JetBlue 147, flight level 225, descending 16,000. ILS 24 left approach into Toronto, JetBlue 147.
2950, descend 11,000, 1959.
We actually plan for ILS 23 for Postman 3 Whiskey. Postman 3 Whiskey 8 firm, plan the ILS 23.
And ILS 23, Postman 3 Whiskey.
JetBlue 185, contact arrival, 132 decibels today.
What was the frequency again for double 185?
132 decimal 8.
32.8, we'll see you up 185.
Royal 1024 requesting descent.
Royal 1024,
8.9.
Descent 2 for the Royal 1024.
Some traffic 3,500 feet below us. I'm not seeing it though. Still about 20 miles away. Okay, top of descent, less than 2 miles. Okay, descending.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 1692.
Descent checklist.
We are checking in flight level 370.
Pressurization landing altitude has been set. Recall. Checked. Auto brakes have been set to max. Landing data VREF. Flaps 30, 146 knots plus, I think
Aircraft calling Toronto Center. Sorry, I was on the landline there with the controller speaking.
Yeah, Air Canada 1692, we're with you.
10 knot additive. So that would be
Air Canada 1692.
5, 6.
Hello, squawk 335.
We're going to run that again. And
Was that
approach briefing has been completed. Descent checklist complete.
3357.
Okay, here we go.
3357 on the box for Air Canada 1692.
Comes the weather. Hey, why did we descend?
Sierra Kilo Papa, contact Cleveland Center, 119.87. Good day.
Over to Cleveland, Sierra Kilo Papa, have a good night, sir.
I don't understand why that didn't.
Toronto Center, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Rouge 1959, contact arrivals 132.8 today.
Order arrivals 132.8, Rouge 1959, have a great evening.
Explorer 219, Toronto Center, hello. Toronto information November. Expect the ILS runway 23.
And November 860 Papa Sierra is with you at 11-3 for 230.
November 860 Papa Sierra, front and center, welcome. JetBlue 147, descend 11,000, altimeter 2950.
11,000 and 2950, JetBlue 147.
Air Canada 1692, you're identified flight level 370, welcome.
So approach.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, front and center.
132.8.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, go again.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, sorry, is there a call sign that you have that I missed, or is it just Papa Romeo Victor?
119.3.
It should be Victor 219.
And
it should be which, sorry, what's the call sign?
tower
Victor 219.
Is 118.7.
Victor 219, correct.
Alright, roger that. Victor 219, front of center, hello, front of information, November. Expect the ILS runway 23 approach.
ILS 23 approach.
And Victor 219, will you be parking North GA tonight or Midfield GA?
One more time, sorry, I was talking to my co-pilot.
Victor 219, will you be parking North GA? GA parking north of runway 23 or Midfield?
North GA 23. Victor 219.
Roger, and then yes, land the ILS runway 23. You can continue to descend down to 11,000, on altimeter 2950.
11,000, Victor 219.
Toronto Center, flare 648, requesting lower.
50.
Toronto Center, flare 648, requesting lower.
Altimeter 2950. JetBlue 147, contact arrivals 132.8, good day.
32.8 for JetBlue 147, g'day.
Air Royale 1024, contact Cleveland Center 119.87, good day.
Cleveland 119.87, Air Royale 1024, thanks.
Postman 3, Whiskey Heavy, Toronto Information November, expect the ILS 23, when ready to send flight level 240.
Great, and 240, Postman 3.
Toronto Center, flare 648, requesting lower.
Flare 648, I called you 4 times to descend 11,000, altimeter 2950.
Descend 11,000, altimeter 2950, flare 648.
November 0 Papa Sierra, contact Cleveland Center 119.87, good day. Zero Papa Sierra, contact Cleveland Center 119.87, good day.
1987 Papa Sierra.
Korean Air 281, do you know how long you'll still be on for?
Korean Air 281, sorry, say again, do I know how long, which now?
Do you know how long you'll be online for?
Probably another hour or so.
Perfect. Oh yeah, Korean Air 281, you were wrong about the 45 minutes.
It depended if Montreal got on. Technically you're in Montreal's airspace right now, but I take it over when they're not here.
This is Montreal airspace?
About flight level 280, yep.
No way, that's crazy.
Victor 219er, contact arrivals 132.8, good day.
132.8, Victor 219.
Okay, we should be fine. He said he called me 4 times.
281, where are the odds that you can like see if there's any airspace I may pass by while I'm flying?
Green Air 281, sorry, static in the background there. I didn't quite hear the question. Say again.
Green Air 281, what are the odds that we would pass Oakland Oceanic airspace?
I have absolutely no clue.
Okay.
Just look at your route.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. We're on the green.
Okay, you're gonna switch that weather off. Get 23.
Toronto Center, good evening, Prime Air 4211. We're at 16,000 at this time.
Prime Air 4211, Toronto Center, hello. Toronto information November. Expect the ILS 24 left approach. Descend 11,000, altimeter 2950.
2950, 11,000, we're going down, Prime Air 4211.
Get back on VNAV mode. Check the QNH again. What? The 2950? That's right. So we're basically going to turn left and then be vectored to intercept ILS runway 23.
Flyer 648 to contact arrivals 132.8. Good day.
Okay, arrivals on 132.8, flare 648. Good night. Arrivals, good day. Flare 648 is with you, descending through 14,000 for 11,000.
Flare 648 arrivals, good day, information November, altimeter 2950. Will you find the RNAV VNC runway 23?
ILS runway 23 if possible.
Flare 648, roger, plan the ILS 23, descend 8,000.
Descend 8,000, flare 648.
Route 1967, proceed direct dead T on board. Direct dead T, right. Route 1959, turn left 270 for the intercept, descend 3,000, clear the ILS 24 left approach.
Descend 3,000, 270, intercept the localizer for the 24 left approach for Route 19.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Route
at this
1959, roger,
time we
clear
are
for the approach.
destroy any electronic devices
Clear for the approach, Route
controlling our safety
1959.
parts of the boat.
Ship
The use of such
147, maintain
devices could
present heading,
interfere with the electronic landing equipment on board the aircraft.
Maintain present heading for JetBlue 147.
Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your seat backs are in the upright position, and your tray tables are stowed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you or placed in the overhead locker. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin
Guess
one
that
last
we've got
time
tower
to
next.
complete their final compliance check and to collect any remaining cups of
Toronto departure Walker 1400 heavy 2005 south.
Walker 1400 heavy, Toronto arrivals identified, climb flight level 230, maintain runway heading.
Ident and fly runway heading. This is a third instruction Walker 1400.
Route 1959, maintain 170 knots or better to clear it.
17 knots or greater till QDX for Route 1959.
JetBlue 147, turn left heading 320, descend 3000.
Left heading 320 down to 3000, JetBlue 147.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, sliding 010, descend 4000.
010, saying 1000.
4000 to the altitude.
4000, my apologies.
Walker 1400, turn left heading 110.
Left 110, Walker 1400.
Route 1959 tower, 118.7, good day.
118.7 tower, Route 1959, good day.
Flare 648, descend 6000.
Descend 6000, flare 648.
Toronto approach Prime Air 4211. Sorry for the late check-in with you, 1000.
4211 arrival could be ILS 24 left, formation November, altimeter 2950.
2950 and 24 left, Anthony, ça va?
JetBlue 147, turn left heading 270 PNS.
Thanks, Chris.
24 left approach.
270 for the ILS 24 left approach.
Walker 1400 for the left heading.
Well, let's see how it goes. Well, I'm measuring with smart car, so I'll be able to tell you my landing rate.
Level 230.
Up to 230, Walker 1400.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, fly heading at 025.
025, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
From Air 4211, descend 8000. From Air 4211, descend 8000. Route 1967, contact Toronto Center 12577. Toronto Center 12577, check. We do. Flare 648, descend 5000.
Descend 5000, flare 648.
The 147, maintain 170 knots to Gear.
Maintain 170 knots till Kirex, JetBlue 147.
8000 Prime Air 4211.
Si oui, ça va bien aller, merci toi.
Ça va, occupé parce que, qu'est-ce, je manque mes calls.
JetBlue 147, contact tower 118.7.
118.7 for JetBlue 147, good night.
Flare 648, speed 210 knots.
210 knots, flare 648.
Papa Romeo Victor
Okay,
219, turn left heading
10 knots. We're gonna need to do flaps 1.
360, send 3000, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Walker 1400, proceed direct Kepta on course.
Proceed direct Kepka, Walker 1400.
From Air 4211, descend 6000.
Going down to
Airfield,
6000 Prime Air
straight ahead.
4211.
And we're landing on this side, coming back.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, fly heading 320, 320.
320, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Flare 648, descend 4000.
Descend 4000, flare 648.
From Air 4211, descend 4000.
Going down to 4000 Prime Air 4211.
Walker 1400, contact Toronto Center 12577, good day.
2577, Walker 1400, thanks for help today.
No worries.
Captain Crew, take your seat, landing.
648, vectors to final, fly heading 070.
Fly heading 070, vectors to final, flare 648.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, turn left 270 for the intercept, 30 ILS runway 23 approach.
Yep.
270.
Still here.
For 23 approach. Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Primary 4211, vectors to final, fly heading 040.
040, vectors to final, primary 4211.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, watch out for your speed, maintain 170 or greater to arm talk.
Victor 219, repeat that please.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, watch for your speed, maintain 170 knots or greater to arm talk.
1709, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Sorry, 648, turn right heading 180, descend 3000.
Right heading 180, descend 3000, flare 648.
7, speed 190 knots.
Hit the brakes 190, primary 4211.
Roger. Star 648, continue right turn 210 for the intercept, 30 LS 24, session 23 approach.
Okay, continue 210 for the intercept, ILS runway 23 approach, flare 648.
Primary 4211, turn left heading 320.
320, left side, primary 4211.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, looks like you went through the localizer, are you intercepting?
Okay, Warlock armed, glide slope armed.
Papa Romeo Victor 219, cancel the approach clearance, turn right heading 330.
330, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Star 648, maintain speed 170 or better to arm talk.
170 of it, better until arm talk, flare 648.
4211, left 270 for the intercept, 30 LS 24 left approach.
Let's do
270, okay
flaps
for the
5.
intercept, 24 left, primary 4211.
4211, roger. Traffic information, 11 o'clock, 5 miles, final 23 at 17.
170 or better until arm talk.
We got him on TCAS, no visual, primary 4211.
Roger. Papa Romeo Victor 219, turn right heading 050, vectors to final.
050, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Star 648, tower 118.7, bye-bye.
118.7, flare 648, good night. Toronto Tower, good evening, flare 648 with you on the Localizer runway 23.
Air Canada 770, read back your thing.
Roger, Air Canada 770, clears takeoff runway 23, and once airborne, over to departure, Air Canada 770.
Flyer 648, Toronto Tower, good day, traffic's rolling. The winds 280, 13, gust 18, clear land, runway 23.
Clintland runway 23, flare 648. So gusting. So we're going to do that 10 over.
And we're starting evening WestJet 1118, mission November's aboard IFR 2 Vegas.
WestJet 1118, you're cleared to the Las Vegas International Airport via the GoPup 4 departure, hockey transition, flight plan wrap, depart runway 23, squawk 5733.
Get out.
Winnipeg is going to be the GoPup 4 departure, hockey transition off 23, flight plan route, number squawk 5733, WestJet 1118.
Okay, flaps 15.
WestJet 1118, read back correct. Question, sir. Your
Speed
discretion.
check
Call me
200,
ready for
flaps
center.
15.
For stars, and we'll call this back to 1118.
And flaps 30, 175. we can do flaps 30. And we're going to set up for 146 plus 10, 156 knot approach. Okay, landing checklist.
Toronto Tower,
switches to
good
continuous
evening,
speed
Prime
brake
Air
is on.
4211, visual,
Landing gear is
24
down.
left.
Flap set, green light, landing checklist
Prime Air
complete.
4211, Toronto Tower, good day. The wind 28013, gust 18. Cool land, runway 24 left.
All right.
We're going to land 24 left. Thanks for the great welcome, Prime Air 4211.
Hotel 4 to the left. There's somebody holding for departure on runway 23. Okay, autopilot disconnect.
Toronto Tower, Sky 173, ready to taxi.
Sky 173, runway 23, altimeter 2950, taxi via Alpha Hotel.
Alpha Hotel, Sky 173, thanks.
500.
Check. Check.
Approaching minimums. 300.
Check.
Minimums.
Auto throttle disconnect.
Flight slow. 200.
Check.
Flight slow.
We're good.
100.
Check.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay. Hotel 4 on our right.
Approaching 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain
Canada
a few moments
445,
to
line up
taxi
runway
to the gate,
23.
and we ask that you remain seated
Start
with
to
your
see, good apple
seatbelt
price.
fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.
Flare 648, welcome to Toronto,
That will
left
be
one
the only
able.
indication that it is safe to get up and move about the cabin.
Roger, left when able, flare
The aisle clear of any
648.
This is the termination of our flight, so we ask that you check the seatback pockets and overhead lockers for any articles you may have brought with you. Extra care should be taken when opening overhead lockers, as some items may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us and wish you all a pleasant stay. Thank you.
We got stuck on the runway. That was because I was trying to use my throttles to disengage the auto brake, but it's actually I got to do my brake pedals. I don't know why that. Okay, Flare 648 has vacated the active on Hotel 4.
Flare 648, taxi via Hotel, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Alpha Tango, cross 15 right and 15 left.
Okay, Hotel, and then cross 15 right, 15 left, and proceed to Alpha Tango via, was that Bravo or Alpha?
Golf, Echo, Romeo.
Oh, okay, Golf, Echo, Romeo. Roger, Flare 648.
From Airfield 211, Toronto, cross runway 24 right.
We'll cross 24 right. We'll disconnect. Sorry, I didn't make Echo tonight.
I know where you have a nice night.
We're going to disconnect after crossing 24 right, and we'll call you back.
Wind 28013, gust 18, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Critical from 23, we're not born contact of departure 122 to
Golf, Echo, Romeo.
Air Canada 445, arrivals 132.
Oh.
Decimal 8.
Arrivals 132 to my 8.
Oh, that's good. Anas, Winnipeg is your city. That's awesome. I'll have to remember that. I've never flown in there, but I do plan to do it one day. Oh, you're flying to. Wait a minute. That's you're also going to Toronto. Cool. Okay, so Golf, Echo, Romeo. Gosh, how did I screw that one up? Oh, there's somebody taking off. Awesome.
Approaching 1-5 right.
Guess I should check. Check. We're good. So Chris, how was that? I'll be able to tell you the landing rate once I settle down here. Oh, I should book my parking spot. Alpha 3. Alright, so we want to take this little angle turn here. Let's get the APU on the bus. APU bleed on. Golf and then right onto Echo and then Romeo. That Air Canada sign there is where I'm going to be parking.
Jazz 786, standby number 1. Sky 173, one airborne.
Not
Contact
turning
arrival
left here, we're going to turn left at the next one.
2013, gust 18, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear for takeoff, 23, Sky 173, and over to departure, I think it is.
It's going to be arrivals on 132.8.
328 for Sky 173, thanks.
Okay guys, well we made it.
Jazz 786, you are cleared
Almost a full
to
flight.
Washington Airport via the Regis 5 departure. Flight plan rep. Depart runway 23, squawk 6206.
Clear to Delta Charlie Alpha, the Regis 5 is the departure. On maintain 23,000.
Okay, we're going to do a left turn onto Romeo.
No, not climb and
Let's see,
maintain
sidecar.
23,000. In Canada, it's always climb by
Touchdown
the
111.
Depart runway
111 feet per minute.
Sorry about that. Okay, we'll depart.
Not the greatest, but not too bad.
And expect runway 2 departure, Jazz 786.
And Jazz 786, could you just say your squawk again?
Six 206, Jazz 786.
Okay, here's where we're turning.
Jazz 786, read back correct. Push your discretion. Call me ready for taxi.
Will tell, thank you, sir.
Toronto Tower, Postman 3 Whiskey, ILS 23.
Sorry, what was that call sign?
Postman 3 Whiskey.
Postman 3 Whiskey. Toronto Tower, good day. The wind's 28013, gust 18, clear land, runway 23.
23,
Look at that, quite a few aircraft on the ground.
Darwin's plugging in here, effective.
Okay, we're crossing 15 left.
Approaching
Westjet 1118, runway 23, altimeter 2950, taxi via Alpha Hotel.
Clear
Alpha
left.
and Hotel.
Clear right.
West 1118.
Toronto Tower, Papa Romeo Victor 219.
Papa Romeo Victor following an Airbus A300 on a 1.5 mile final, your number 2. The wind, 2906, land
Steady
runway
light on.
23.
Traffic.
Uh-oh.
Number 2 on 23, Victor 219.
Okay.
Toronto Tower, Delta 8888 is looking for IFR clearance down the bottom.
Delta 8888, you're clear to the Boston Logan International Airport by the Kepler 3 departure, bump a transition, left on map. Depart runway 23, squawk 6030.
Okay, I see my marshaller there, okay.
Here to Boston via the Captain 3, bump to transition. Filed.
Taxi light off.
SID, walking 6030, Delta 8888.
Delta 8888, read back correct, depart runway 23. Delta 63, Whiskey, welcome to Toronto. Safe parking.
Sounds good.
That's fine.
Ready parking?
Midfield cargo for Postman 3 Whiskey.
It's not ours. This is ours.
Okay, Postman 3 Whiskey, taxi via Hotel, Foxtrot Alpha, across runway 15 right.
Okay, I'm not blinding him.
Alpha doesn't go into the cargo ramp.
Wait, which cargo ramp are you going for?
The cargo west at midfield.
Oh. Okay, then you can taxi Hotel Echo Bravo across 15 right.
Hotel Echo Bravo for Postman 3 Whiskey, cross 15 right too.
That's a very tight spot. Okay.
Air Canada 46 looking for IFR 2 Dublin.
Fuel flow off.
Air Canada 46, you're clear to the Dublin Airport by
16
departure. Lava transition, flatline rep. Depart runway 23, squawk 6340.
0116. And
say again for the squawk for Air Canada.
Folks out of their seats.
6340, 6340.
6340. Okay, cleared to Dublin via the Key 5 departure Lava transition Menace filed. Departure runway 23, squawk 6340 for Air Canada 46.
Air Canada 46, read back correct. Push your discretion, call me Richard Taxi. DRV 219, welcome to Toronto, left one able, safe parking.
Ground power on. APU bleed off and APU off.
And Tower West 1811, Christian, West 11.
Okay, let's
West 11.
Call for deboarding.
We're gonna have to hold you for a second. The plane is not budging.
Okay, West 1118. That's fine. I don't control the apron, so you do whatever.
Let's see if the gate works for us today. Ah, it's working. Amazing.
Well,
another successful flight.
KLM 204.
Successful flight. No complaints. There we are relative to the airport. You can see that's where Flair parks. I've actually watched them push back out of on a Just Planes video. I've seen them push back out of this spot, Alpha 3.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Alright, passengers are deboarding. So Anas, how far away are you in Air Canada 238? Let me see if I can find you. Air Canada 238. I don't see you. Okay, I see you, Anas. Alright, I'm revealing all your secrets now. You're in a Boeing 738. Also Winnipeg to Toronto. Next time we gotta time it so we leave the same time. And cool. Now here's the big thing. How experienced are you? Hey, That's not bad. You got 80 hours. That's pretty good. All right. Well, good luck on your arrival. I'm going to record some set times. So the elapsed time was pretty close to our estimate of 2 hours. It's 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 38 seconds. 0158 and 36. And fuel remaining. We got power on already. Bleed was okay off, so we can switch the pumps off. Fuel remaining was 7,572, and elapsed. Let's see, takeoff time was 23:07, and landing was 01:05. And I've got the extra data. Landing rate was negative 111 feet per minute. I'm just going to double check that. My memory is not so good. Yeah, negative 111. That's not too bad. That's actually slightly below my average, which is something like 116. But I'll take it. I try to get below 100, but that's not too bad. Okay, guys, that was a nice flight. As I mentioned to you before, I'm planning a flight to Baku from Doha. It's going to be on Tuesday. Look it up at a VATSIM event. It's I think it's Baku online. Actually, we can check it out here. See all, and I think it's on Tuesday. It's Friday. I'm gonna do something else before then, but oh look, there's Kuala Lumpur rediscovered, which is on Saturday. That's a possibility. Not from anywhere in particular, but oh yes, it is. It's from Hong Kong to Kuala Lumpur. That sounds like a challenge. Okay, are we getting closer? Manhattan Madness. Brasilia. Oh, Ho Chi Minh Bangkok shuttle. That sounds good too. It's on Sunday. A little bit early for me. 8 o'clock departure time. Come on. This is Sunday now. Sunday. Monday. Moncton Monday. I haven't done that in a while. Here it is. Baku Online Day. So this is Azerbaijan, and they just basically open from 1600 Zulu to 1900 Zulu, and it's just an online day for Baku. So I'm flying from Doha, and I'm in a Max 8 Qatari 737, and looking forward to it. It's about a 2.5 hour airtime flight. So be there or be square. I'm gonna see if I can get the scenery for Baku. I have it for Doha, but the event is from 1600 to 1900. I think I'm gonna be departing. I'm not sure. I'll probably be departing a little bit earlier than that, but I'll check. I'll publish it on my notes tab on my channel. So okay, well, thanks for joining me, guys, for this flight, and it was nice to see folks chiming in. Chris, thanks for joining. It wasn't so much pressure, was it? Not too bad. And Anas, have a safe landing. I see you in the sky on VATScope, and wish you the best on the arrivals, and we'll talk to all you guys real soon. Ciao for now.